everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing very well today. So today's video is definitely some of my favorite types of videos to film. It's going to be another video that's going to be a part of my ranking series. I've done quite a few of these videos already here on my channel, so I will be sure to link down my ranking makeup playlist in my description box, so be sure to check out that playlist if you are into ranking videos. So far I have ranked primers, foundations, bronzers, cream blushes, and I think that is it. And so today's video, I'm actually going to be ranking all of my powder blushes. So if you are new to my channel, you probably are not aware of my blush obsession. I love blush. If you are not new to my channel, I'm sure you understand how much I love blush. I have a ton of cream blushes in my collection, but I also have a ton of powder blushes in my collection. And so today we have 26 blushes to rank. So that is a lot of blushes. So let's just go ahead and jump right on in. Okay, so in last place at number 26, I have this one from Flower Beauty. This is one of the Flower Beauty Flower Pots powder blush in the shade Warm Hibiscus. This is ranking so low because it has pretty good, of a following here on YouTube, but this was not as impressive to me as I thought it was going to be. I was expecting so much more from this blush, and it honestly didn't give that to me. So that's why it's ranking so low. I'm sure that the formula is good, but I don't know if maybe it's the shade that I picked up, because Warm Hibiscus is supposed to be this beautiful kind of like duochrome, not duochrome, but like it's just a unique colored blush, and I'm just not impressed with it so far. So that is ranking in at number 26. Number 25, I know you guys are probably going to be very surprised about this, but number 25 is my Persona Super Blush. I don't know what the hype is about these blushes. The formula is really nice and very smooth, but I don't think they're worth the high-end price tag. Now, of course, Persona is not the most expensive high-end brand out there, but they're still high-end. And so I just don't think that these blushes are anything special. I do have the shade Carmel. And again, I think the shade is beautiful. I think the formula is nice, but I just don't think that it's anything extraordinary. And especially for the price tag, it's just in my opinion. Then for number 24, same kind of thing. This is the blush from Patrick Ta. This is one of their monochrome blushes in the shade She's Passionate. So I actually picked this up as an add-on in my Ipsy bag whenever I got Ipsy. And kind of similar thing, the shade is beautiful. It's kind of like a perfect everyday type of blush, but it's just, I don't know, I don't think it's worth the price. That's kind of the thing. I have so many drugstore blushes, and I'm going to get into those in a minute, that are so well performing, or excuse me, so high performing, and the shades, the formulas, all of them are so beautiful that I just don't think that you have to spend the price on these higher end blushes. Of course, the packaging is stunning, and of course the formula is very nice. Patrick Ta is very well known here on YouTube and within the beauty community, but again, I just don't think it's worth the price. Then this was just kind of a disappointment product. This is number 23, and this is from ColourPop. I don't know if this blush is still available, but this was part of their holiday collection of 2020, so last year. And this is their pressed powder blush in the shade Love Story. So I had lusted after this blush for such a long time because of the beautiful shade, and I still love the shade so much, but I'm kind of disappointed in the formula. I don't think it's very pigmented. I have to like keep dipping my brush back into it and back into it just to get the color payoff that I'm looking for. And so I just have realized that ColourPop's pressed powders are not my favorite. I much prefer their like their Super Shocks. And so I'm just like, I'm in love with the color. I also really enjoy the cute packaging, but the actual formula is not very good. Then we have, I feel like, another unpopular opinion. This is one of the Milani baked blushes. I, of course, have the shade Luminoso. The deal with this one is, while the shade Luminoso is absolutely stunning, I feel like these blushes emphasize texture. So I feel like I have to go in very specifically on kind of like towards my hairline rather than applying it like in the apple of my cheeks and everywhere else that I usually apply blush. And I feel that I have to do that because these blushes are pretty shimmery and they do emphasize texture, at least for me. I know that these have a cult following, so this could just be my experience, so keep that in mind. But I'm just not a huge fan of these, and I love them whenever I apply, again, the blush towards the back of my hairline, but if I apply any of this blush close to like my nose area, it looks awful. So that's why that one is ranking where it is. Then ranking at number 21, I have from Charlotte Tilbury. It's one of her Cheek to Chic Swish and Glow blushers, and this is in the shade Pillow Talk. Kind of similar thing. This is a stunning blush. I love the Pillow Talk color, but again, it's just not worth the $40 I think that this is. Honestly, this probably could have ranked even lower, but I do enjoy the shade a lot, so that does go a lot into it. But again, the formula is just not worth $40 in my opinion, and that's something that I have to take into consideration when ranking these things, when recommending these products. And so yes, this one is ranking in at number 21. Then at number 20, I'm honestly a little bit shocked that this is where it is, but I don't reach for this product as much as I wish I did. And this is one of the Cover FX monochromatic blush duos. I do have the shade Warm Honey. And here is what this one looks like. It's a stunning shade, perfect for this time of year. But I feel like because these are so pigmented, I have to go in with a very light hand. And I'm someone who doesn't like to have to worry about placement and how much pigment is going on at a certain time, if that makes sense. I'm just someone who kind of just likes to not really think about it and just go in with product. And so sometimes that definitely kind of sways me to not want to reach for this one. But the formula is really nice. I absolutely love that you kind of get a shimmery side and a matte side. So it's kind of as if you're getting two products in one. But it's just not something that I'm reaching for that much. All right, then ranking in at number 19, I have one of these e.l.f. bite-sized face duos. I do have the shade Watermelon, and this is very similar to the Cover FX where it comes with a powder blush, and depending on your skin tone, it could work as either like a blush topper or as a highlighter. And I am not a huge fan of these bite-sized face duos. I don't know. I feel like the formula it's kind of missing something. And for me personally, I feel like whenever I use these, I'm just wanting something else. And I'm looking for something else. And so I feel like these just leave a little bit to be desired. But the shade Watermelon is really pretty. I'm interested in maybe the Spiced Apple, but because I don't enjoy this formula so much, I feel like I probably don't even need to go out and try to get that one. But yeah, this one is ranking in at number 19. I do think for the price, because they're only $3, they are definitely worth trying. But as far as like formula and best thing out there, I don't know if this is it. Then we have a blush from, it's part of Korean makeup. It's from the brand Peripera, and this is ranking at number 18. This is one of their pure blushed sunshine cheeks in the shade 04 Hazel Orange. Love the shade so much. The shade is very unique within my collection, which is something that I enjoy and I definitely considered during the ranking process. This is though, I will say a lot of Korean makeup is very affordable, so that definitely helps with promoting, you know, and recommending these products. The only issue is obviously because it's Korean makeup, it's a little bit harder to access here in the States. But not only that as well, sometimes if you order through YesStyle, it can take weeks at a time to get it. But the formula is really nice on these, but it's just, again, like I feel like I'm not like wowed by it, and it could be because of the shade. Like this isn't a shade that I'm wearing every day, so that could definitely be it. But I will say for the price, the packaging is absolutely stunning. I love the packaging that they used. The outer packaging kind of matches like the color of the blush inside. So I think that's really cute, and honestly, it probably could have ranked even higher, but that is where it's at right now. And then at number 17, I have a product from Almei, and it's actually my only product from Almei that I have. And this is the Almei Healthy Hue Blush. And I want to say I have the shade, I think it's nearly nude. For some reason, I cannot find the shade on here anywhere, but here's what the shade looks like. These are absolutely stunning, you guys. Such a beautiful kind of radiant finish formula when it comes to blushes. And they have some other shades too that you can pick up, but this is the shade that really just kind of gravitated, I gravitated towards the most. Beautiful formula. I will say I hate that the like packaging on the inside is like this plastic film over it, but not a huge deal. But I do enjoy this blush formula a lot, and that's ranking in at number 17. Then for number 16, this is again from I picked mine up from Yes Style, but again, this is from a Korean makeup brand, and this is from Misha, the brand Misha, and this is one of their cotton blushers in the shade Mama's Camel Coat. Love this blush a lot. This is kind of like a perfect day-to-day type of blush that you can wear, and it'll most likely match with a lot of different eye looks and lip colors and things like that. This formula is really nice as well. I also really enjoy kind of like the sleek packaging. I think it's like perfect for traveling and all of that. And honestly, this probably could have ranked higher, but I think maybe just because, again, you know, it's Korean makeup, so it's a little bit harder to access, and I mean, I don't know. I do like this. I think this probably could have ranked higher than 16, but that's where it's at for now. Then for number 15, I have one of these Super Shock Cheeks from ColourPop, and this is in the shade Cheerio. So I actually received this in a mystery bag or box whenever I purchased one from ColourPop's website. And this was actually one of the first times I've ever tried the Super Shock blushes from ColourPop, and I was so impressed. This is again the shade Cheerio. Absolutely love this one. This formula is so beautiful. It's kind of like a cream to powder. So you put it on, and well, honestly, when you swatch it, it kind of feels like a cream, but then whenever you apply it, it definitely feels like a powder. I just use my regular like blush brush, and it works fine for that. This one, however, because it is such a deep shade, especially for my skin tone, I don't reach for it as much, but the formula is so nice. I love the shade for this time of year, for fall and for winter, and these last so well throughout the day, like on your skin. So love, love, love that one. Ranking in at number 14, this one is such a great blush formula. This is purely just because of the shade. This is one of the blushes from Essence. The line is literally called The Blush, and this is in the shade Beloved. And that is literally the only reason why this is ranking in at number 14, because this color is definitely very pink. It's very vibrant, and so I feel like I'm not always reaching for blushes this color, but the formula is absolutely stunning. I will revisit this formula in just a little bit, but only because of the shade, this is ranking in at number 14. Then at number 13, I have the Mysterious Ciate London Blush. I call it mysterious because I don't know the formula. I don't know the name of this blush. I received it in an Ipsy bag, and I only have the shade name, which is Date Night. I want to say it's just part of their like baked illuminating blushes or something, but the shade Date Night is absolutely stunning. I accidentally cracked mine when I dropped it once, and so I kind of had to all put it back together, but this formula is absolutely stunning. It is so, so beautiful. I absolutely love how these blushes look on the skin, and yeah, I think they're stunning, and I absolutely love the shade Date Night as well. Then ranking it at number 12, I have this Gen Nude Powder Blush from Bare Minerals, and I love this blush formula so, so much. If you ever find these blushes at TJ Maxx or Marshall's, I highly recommend them. I highly recommend that you pick one up. The only reason this is ranking in at number 12 is because of the shade. The shade is called But First Coffee, and as you can see, it's definitely a little bit deep for my complexion, so I like to go in with just a pretty light hand, but I love this blush during this time of year. I love just kind of like how I don't know, I just love the plum look, and especially if you're wanting to do like a monochromatic look, it would be really beautiful, but these Gen Nude blushes from Bare Minerals are so good. Then ranking in at number 11, I have another blush from Essence, again from that same The Blush line, and this is in the shade Bespoke. And again, similar to Beloved, this is the only reason that I'm ranking it at number 11, right? Is because of the shade. This is, I would describe as like a bronze bronzy, kind of rosy nude color. It's really beautiful, very unique, but again, it's just not a color that I'm reaching for that much. I much prefer a more like rosy blush, a more like rosy pink blush, nude blushes, and this one just pulls a little bit too bronze for me to wear all the time, but I love the formula so much, and this shade is very unique. So this one's ranking in at number 11, and I still really do recommend that one. Ranking in at number 10, so we are almost there, you guys. I have one of these Lumi Radiant blushes from AOA Studio, which you can pick up from Shop Miss A, and I have the shade So Close. So this is ranking in at number 10, and this is a beautiful formula for only $1.50. I highly recommend these blushes. These, I will say, again, you kind of have to be careful where you place them, especially if you have a lot of texture or larger pores in your cheek area. I would recommend maybe applying kind of similar to what I do with the Milani blush, just a little bit towards the hairline, but at least these are super affordable. You know, I don't mind working with this formula to prevent, like showing off like texture too much. I don't mind doing that because these are more affordable. These are very, very affordable at $1 or $1.50. So I love this formula. I really love reaching for this, especially when I'm wanting a more luminous kind of shimmery blush. So that's a great, great formula at a great price. Then for number 9, I have my Buxom Wanderlust Primer Infused blushes, and I have the shade Seychelles. I am so irritated because I picked this up full price and then they went half off during the 21 Days of Beauty. So very irritating, but here's the shade Seychelles. Beautiful, beautiful shade, kind of like a rosy, pinky nude color, right up my alley. And again, these last very well on the skin throughout the day, which I'm assuming is because they're primer infused, but beautiful, beautiful formula, beautiful shade. I love the slight radiance that these leave on your skin. And yeah, I have nothing but good things to say about these. The only reason that this is ranking at number 9 is just strictly because of the price, but this is absolutely stunning. Then at number 8, this honestly could probably be interchangeable with the Buxom blush, but this is from Nabla. Now I know that technically this is like a highlighter, but I use this as a blush or even like a blush topper, but this is one of the Nabla skin glazings, and I have the shade Truth. So I picked this up during the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale, and honestly, I cannot explain how beautiful this applies on the skin. Like, this does not emphasize texture. This does not emphasize my pores. I feel like I can just go in with this one and it'll apply so beautifully on the skin. I love that I can kind of get that luminous blush without it emphasizing texture. I love that. And the shade Truth is absolutely beautiful. It's like a beautiful peachy coral color. So really, really enjoy that one. And I'm so impressed at how smooth that applies on the skin. Then ranking it at number 7, we are almost there, you guys. This is again one of these Super Shock Cheeks from ColourPop. I have the shade Between the Sheets, and this one is ranking higher because of how beautiful the shade is. This is perfect for every day. This is a blush color that I want to wear. I absolutely love reaching for this type of blush in this color blush. And again, the Super Shock Cheeks from ColourPop, the formula is so nice and they last all day on the skin. Like, I apply them and they will be there all day long. I absolutely love that about them. And the shade Between the Sheets is definitely a more reached for shade than the Cheerio shade that I spoke about earlier. Then at number 7, no, excuse me, at number 6, I have this Juvia's Place Blush Duo. And this is in volume 2. So here's what this one looks like. Really, really enjoy this blush duo. I love the shades that they chose. I think the shades are absolutely perfect. Like, these two blush shades are like my ideal blushes. Like, I love these colors for blush. I think they suit my skin tone very nicely. And I also love how buildable and blendable these blushes are. I feel like I can go in with a heavy hand and not worry too much that they're just gonna stick in one spot and not blend out. I don't experience that with these. Just beautiful blush duo, great, great formula. And the colors that they chose was just perfect in my opinion. Then at number 5, I have a long time favorite of mine, and that is from Wet n Wild. It's one of their color icon blushes, and I have the shade Mellow Wine. I know that they have repackaged these. Hopefully they're the same formula. I haven't tried Mellow Wine in the updated packaging, but Mellow Wine has been a long time favorite of mine. I used to wear this blush in high school. This is such an underrated blush formula, you guys. Like, it is so good. It's just as affordable as Essence or even e.l.f. And honestly, I just love the shade Mellow Wine so much. I think it's absolutely stunning for this time of year as well. And again, I think it'll complement beautiful, like bronzy and kind of like neutral, warm toned looks. Beautiful, absolutely stunning. I have been wondering about the new formula. I used to own the shade Nudist Society and I hated it. I hated it so much. It had like specks of glitter in it, and it would just like, all of the glitter would just suspend on your cheeks. Like, it was ugly. So I might pick up another shade just to kind of test out the formula, because I want to make sure that they perform just as good as these, because I know that you can't find this formula anymore, or at least the ones in this packaging. But I love the shade Mellow Wine, and I know that that shade still exists, but it's in the updated packaging. So if you have tried the new Wet n Wild updated packaging blushes, please let us know in the comments. I would love to hear from you guys about that. Then number 4 is again another Bare Minerals Gen Nude blush, but I have the shade Let's Go Nude. I picked this up a while back from TJ, and the shade Let's Go Nude is just perfect. I absolutely love this color. I love having a nude blush in my collection, because there are times when I might do a smoky eye or a more glam look, and sometimes you just don't want to compete with the eyes or the lips. And so I feel like providing or putting a little bit of this nude blush on really does give the face some color without competing again with your eye look or your lips. So love this one, and the formula is amazing. So I'm out of breath because there's a spider, and I had to find it and I had to kill it, and it was a jumping one, so I was kind of scared, and I couldn't continue filming until I knew that it was dead. So I'm so sorry if you love insects, but I don't. I cannot do it, but it is dead. So there's that. All right, so ranking it at number 3, I'm honestly kind of surprised that it's ranked at number 3, because I feel like maybe a year or so ago, this probably would have been my number 1 blush within my collection, but that is the Ofra blush in the shade Chiclet. So this was a collab with Samantha March here on YouTube. Love, love, love the blush color. I love the formula of this blush as well. I think Ofra does a really great job at their face products. But this one is ranking at number 3 because I love the formula. I love the color. But of course, Ofra is pretty expensive. Like, I think regular price, these are $35, and that's a lot. I think that is a lot. And so I absolutely love the formula, and I know as well that some people no longer support Ofra because of something that was leaked about their owner. So I'm kind of iffy about the brand as well, and unsure if I want to continue buying from them. But for now, this is ranking at number 3, which is still really high. It's just because I love the formula and the color so much. Then ranking in at number 2, I wonder if you guys know. This is one of the Revlon powder blushes. This has been such a great discovery of 2021. I have the shade Apricot, and I mean, come on, this blush is so stunning. The color is absolutely perfect. It's like my ideal blush color. And honestly, again, like the formula is so beautiful. Like, I apply this, it blends out beautifully. So if I go in with too much, I'm able to blend it out. If I want to continue to build it up, I can do that. I love this formula, and I'm so impressed by this blush. And I actually picked up another shade, but I'm not ranking it because I haven't actually tried it, and it's in the shade Oh Baby Pink. I haven't tried it yet, but here's what this shade looks like. But the shade Apricot, I definitely consider like a number 2 blush in my collection. I just haven't tried Oh Baby Pink yet. I'm hoping and I'm assuming it's probably just as good. All right, the number 1 blush. Drum roll, please. Okay. The number one blush, again, I told you that it would be coming back, this formula. It would be coming back into this video, and here it is. It's one of the blushes from Essence. Again, part of that The Blush brand, line. This is in the shade Befitting though. Befitting is my favorite blush in my collection. Again, it kind of can be interchangeable with my Revlon blush and this one. It's affordable. It's pigmented. The color is stunning. The formula is just amazing. I mean, it's blendable, it's buildable, it's everything that I could ask for a blush and in a blush. And the shade, again, Befitting, is just my ideal blush color and a perfect blush color for every day. So those are all freaking 26 of my blushes. I know I have a problem. I know that. You don't have to tell me. I already know. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, I love doing these ranking videos, and I'm really, really excited to continue doing these ranking videos and adding to my ranking makeup playlist. So like I said, if you enjoy these types of videos, I do have a playlist. I will link it down below in my description box, so please check it out. I'm trying to work on ranking my eyeshadow palettes. It's gonna be a long one, but I'm really, really excited to do it. So, yeah, if you liked this video, please do give it a thumbs up. It really does help out my channel. And I would also love for you to subscribe. It would mean a lot to me if you would be a part of my YouTube channel family here. And other than that, I will go ahead and see you in my next video. Bye!